Hello, YouTube. It's time for a book report. I just finished this called Saul by DeVito Kelly, and I actually bought this based on the description. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Based on the description, I think it was on Amazon. But I mean, this is one of those things where the cover drew me in. Saul, just looking at him, he's going to be a character. So as you read the book, basically, Saul and Myrna Hirsch have just, they're about a year and a half retired down in Miami, prompted by their friends Donnie and Barbara to come and join them. Saul is a retired deli owner in Queens, New York, and he's a diehard Mets fan. He's the kind of New Yorker I would always I would like to meet, would like to hang around with. Just this big, this big, basically meat and potatoes type of guy who you know he likes his Hawaiian shirts, he likes his beer, he likes his unhealthy food. He's on a diet. Uh, his wife's trying to get him on a diet. He's a Mets fan. His wife's a Yankees fan. That causes a lot of good natured friction. So there's a lot of character set up in this book. Um, Myrna goes to Romania to visit her mother in this village, and yeah, the book opens up in Miami. They fly out there. We meet Laszlo. Their hotel reservations get screwed up, so they have to stay at this castle. Can you see where this is going? Um, Owned by a gent named Tibor, and Laszlo is his handyman. Laszlo loves America, loves all things American, and whoops, excuse me, gonna sneeze. Excuse me. One more time. All right. So yeah, a lot. It's basically this part of the book plays out like almost like a tour book, because they're taking in the sightseeing and all of that. My cat. He's taking in the sightseeing and all that. And normally I would consider this boring, but since the author made the characters so likable, I didn't mind spending time with them. And then, of course, Stephen King style, he makes the characters likable so that when the monsters start showing up, you actually care about them. And so, against instructions from Myrna's mother, Saul and Donnie decide to take a walk around the lake by the hotel, and a whole cloud of bats come flying out at them, and Saul gets bitten in the neck. Donnie basically bats it into the lake with with a hefty fallen tree branch, and that's it. They fly back to New York, and Saul slowly starts exhibiting some vampiric tendencies. Um, Liking his steaks rare, medium rare, that type of thing. Basically listless during the daytime, but very energetic at night. He ends up noshing. How's that for a New York term? Noshing on a handful of people. The book is very careful to paint them as assholes, so you don't really miss them. You don't. So basically, Saul basically draining them and killing them and trying to hide them is you don't necessarily feel sorry for it, but not to worry. That gets addressed later in the book, and yeah, this book was a lot of fun. I have to say, glad I got it. Also, you get a little cameo by Carl Kolchak, who's they mention a guy in a seersucker suit with a wrinkled seersucker suit and a hat asking these really oddball wacko questions at the press conference regarding vampires, and you didn't even have to name him. You knew it was Carl Kolchak, played by the great Darren McGavin in ABC's was it ABC? Forget. ABC or NBC, The Night Stalker back in the 70s. Now, anyone who's into vampires and horror knows exactly who Carl Kolchak is, and I really enjoyed that he had a cameo in this book. It takes place in 1979 too, so the time frame is just right. And of course, The climax takes place at a New York Yankees, New York Yankees game playing the Mets, and that's where our conflict takes place. I don't want to spoil anything. Uh, this part of the book is like heavy on the baseball jargon, which I don't necessarily know very well, but since I like Saul and Saul liked the Mets, I understood it enough to get the basic gist. Reggie Jackson makes a cameo appearance in this. And yeah, it was a lot of fun to read, and I really, really had a good time with it. I might have to. I could see someone like Sam Raimi. If you wanted to do like a light vampire movie, I could see Sam Raimi doing this, or maybe even Robert Zemeckis, since he did Death Becomes Her. I could see him tackling this. It's, I would say it's light horror, and it's all about building up your character so that you enjoy spending time with them. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I bought it, and I'm glad, it's usually when you get hooked in by a book and it's less than what you imagine, you feel kind of disappointed, and not this time. I highly recommend it. So check it out. Saul by DiVitto Kelly. I'll have to see what else he's written too, because this was a lot of fun. Take care, YouTube. We'll speak to you soon.